Greetings, Quacklings, my name is Michael, and I like wizards and dragons and making games about ducks. I also like to talk at my computer and to make YouTube videos, so it only really makes sense that I make a series on the technical workings of our game about a wizard who is also a duck, which we have decided to name Wizarduck. It's exactly what it says on the tin. Strap in your luggage and buckle your seatbelt. Welcome to Ducking Code. Ducking... Do we have to call it Ducking Code?
Yes, of course it is. What else could it be? It is either that or Mother Ducking Code. You're not taking this away from me.
Okay, I guess. Welcome to Ducking Code. So for those of you who don't know me, I like to make videos about the weirdest stuff you can do in Game Maker Studio 2. This first video is going to get posted on both my main YouTube channel, where I post said videos about weird stuff in Game Maker Studio 2, as well as the Wizarducks YouTube channel known as Quack Talk. We've decided to go all in with the duck imagery here, okay? I hope nobody minds. Links to both of those things will be in the video description. Feel free to check out either or both of them if that's the kind of thing that you're into. Future episodes of Ducking Code will only be posted on the Quack Talk channel. It's just this first one that's going to be posted on both, so definitely go there if you want to hear more about this game. So what is Wizarducks? It is a game about a wizard who is also a duck. You can cast spells on your environment to do things like burn down trees, you can put out fires with water spells, activate magical flowers, open treasure chests, accidentally set yourself ablaze, the list goes on. My usual pitch for the game is the combinatory mechanics of Magicka meets the puzzle-solving mechanics of The Legend of Zelda. My partner in crime, Alexandra Munin, likes to pitch the game by just saying ducks, and honestly, as far as I'm concerned, that is more than adequate for communicating exactly what this game is about. What game engine are we using? I am using Game Maker Studio 2. You can probably infer this based on the number of times that I've mentioned it previously in this video. Next question. Why are you using Game Maker Studio 2? Because I like using Game Maker Studio 2. Next question. Okay, that's a pretty dumb answer. So Game Maker has a reputation for being very easy to pick up and use out of the box, and that's generally true. You don't need a hugely technical background to use it to make games, and it does not take a lot of time to get something up and running, which is why you see it used in things like game jams often. But at the same time, it also gives you access to a surprising amount of lower level stuff, which means that you can pull off a lot of fun visual effects using shaders, you can optimize things that are specific to your game, you can have way more control over how stuff is drawn, and you can also do this. I wasn't kidding when I said I like to talk about the weird stuff you can do in Game Maker. But why aren't you using Godot? Godot is free, it's also open source. I don't care about any of that stuff. I want to make a game, not brag to people that I use Godot. Good? Good. Where was I? So in this series of Ducking Code videos, I am going to be going over a bunch of the systems that are working together to make Wizarducks happen. These systems include, but are not limited to... It's actually 3D, I'm just tricking you into thinking it's 2D. In fact, there's no such thing as 2D, meaning that I can use camera angles to my advantage and pull off fun visual tricks like the one that I just showed you. I haven't actually touched the Game Maker room editor. Yep. In fact, I don't even know if I know how to use the Game Maker room editor. There is a single Game Maker room inside Wizarducks, and this is what it looks like. It's pretty empty, huh? We use a combination of other tools to build the levels in this game, such as the tiled map editor and this thing over here that I wrote myself. Wait, this game is actually grid-based? Everything inside Wizarducks is stored in a grid, even things such as the player, which are not confined to the grid. It's actually a really handy way to store level data, and it also means that things such as collision checking are basically free. Data, 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 and the data editor. So there's a lot of data in this game, and the editor that I wrote to manage everything, like maps and items and enemies and cutscenes and so on down the line, has been pretty useful for putting everything together. It also currently contains about twice as much code as the actual game itself. Cutscenes and scripting are used everywhere. When you talk to an NPC in the game, it triggers a cutscene. When you open a treasure chest in the game, it triggers a cutscene. When you nom on some bread, it triggers a cutscene. When you cast a spell on something, it triggers a cutscene. Having a unified event system in the game makes it pretty easy to do a lot of things, and it means we don't have to do things like writing any special code to make an event play when you use an item, or when you attack an enemy. All of those situations can just be treated the exact same way as if you hit the action button in front of an NPC or talk to a treasure chest or something. Also, I happen to think node-based conversation editors are a lot of fun. It doesn't stop being magic just because you find out how it works. I'll be honest, I don't know what I meant by this when I added it to the script, but I'm sure you're going to see plenty of magic in this series anyway. AI states. One of the bigger buzzwords in GameMaker and in game dev in general is the term finite state machine. This is probably the top offender for names that make the subject sound scarier than it actually is, but they're also invaluable when it comes to things like handling enemy AI. As you can imagine, there is a decent amount of that in this game, and we will be talking about it in due time. Translations. I, as you probably know, speak mostly American English, but my partner in crime speaks Brazilian Portuguese. Knowing that people all around the world could potentially be playing this game, I'm trying to go out of my way to make sure this whole operation is relatively easy to translate into other language. And I've written some extra tools to help with that, and extract all of the text in the game to be translated, and that kind of thing. Managing external libraries. I use a couple in this game. Scribble and Input and a few others have saved my life, and I want to give them the attention that they deserve, as well as to talk about some ideal practices when using such things. And last but not least, I'm sure there are many other things that will come up as people ask about them to be talked about in this series. There are a lot of fun bits of code happening in the background in this game, and I'm definitely looking forward to explaining how it all comes together. The next episode, or first episode, or whatever you're going to count it as of Duck and Code, is going to be about the 2D, 3D thing, because that's the one that people always ask about, and doing what I do on YouTube, that's kind of my bread and butter. But after that, who knows? Leave a comment if there's something you want to see covered, and I'll be sure to answer it in some way, shape, or form in the future. I'm going to shoot for having one of these videos done a month, but we'll see. That's all for today. If you want to see more about this game, head on over to the Quack Talk YouTube channel and subscribe. We also have a Twitter and an Instagram account, which is where we're most active on social media, so you should totally go there and drop a follow if you haven't already. If you want to see more videos on all the weird 3D stuff you can do in GameMaker, plus other things, head on over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. I try to post about 2 of those a week. Until then, I hope that you all are as excited as I am, and I will see you all later.